Cruising out of Trincomalee north towards the no-fire zone, a Sri Lankan Navy fast assault craft. Reports were coming in of Tamil civilians in fishing boats who'd managed to escape the Tigers' stronghold. As we got nearer, a squadron of armed speedboats accelerated past us. The radar showed we were less than 20 kilometers away from where the Tamil Tigers were making their last stand. It was here we found the families, still within range of the battlefield mortars held by the Tigers. Their ordeal was almost over, but they were desperately in need of food and water. The crew of P422 stopped their engines and threw bottles and biscuits over the side to them. This is the shoreline reception camp where they took their first steps away from the sound of gunfire for the first time in 4 months. The first peaceful night for these families, so near yet so far. They had to be searched for explosives and weapons. Suicide bombers have infiltrated their ranks before with deadly effect. Hospital beds and medical care were at hand. This man had a suppurating bullet wound in his back. This woman barely conscious, suffering from malnutrition and dehydration. The families stared in almost disbelief at the food handed out to them. Hunger and thirst have been a daily part of their lives. One of the mothers told me the Tamil Tigers had stolen most of the humanitarian aid and sold it on to the people. She couldn't afford to buy it. This man said he'd slipped away overnight. People were crowding around trying to get onto the boats. The Tamil Tigers were shooting at them. The dead and the injured were lying together on the beach as he left. One thing unites every single Tamil family that I've spoken to who managed to escape from the no-fire zone: their relief to be free at last. It's hard to estimate how many civilians like these are still trapped inside the Tamil stronghold. It's been described as a humanitarian disaster. But that phrase, after listening to the people and seeing them today, barely seems adequate to describe their suffering. David Chater, Al Jazeera, Pulmuday.